Hey, 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 we are live. I think we're live. Yes, we're live. Hope the sound is okay. Woo, what a day. I've just spent the last 2.5 hours doing a video for Elementor Cloud. Not for them, but my review of it. And I've got to edit, chunk loads of stuff out because I did some stuff wrong and I was installing plugins and testing things out. But I've got to edit it a heck of a lot because I want to try and get it out today if I can. Today? Should we do it today? Yeah, I'll probably get it out today. But it's literally my honest, and I mean it, it is my honest review, okay? And I have found a couple of little issues with it, which aren't showstoppers. But I do think that people need to be aware of these because you could easily go into it, pay for it, and then go, oh, I did not realise that. Hey, Charlie, how you doing? Oh, Charlie, what a world we live in, hey. What a world we live in. I don't know what your views are, and I've got to be very careful that I don't get political, Charlie, but too many people, they've got an issue with Britain or America or whatever. It doesn't matter who's in charge. They've got an issue, right? From something in the past, something that happened 100 years ago, 50 years ago, Iraq war, whatever. You know, something that's happened, right? Afghanistan, whatever, okay? And they almost use that as a reason to say, let Putin do what he's doing. And if anyone here, I'm going to be really careful what I say because I don't want to offend anyone, but the shitstorm we have right now happening over there is just terrible. And so many people on radio are going, well, this happened 50 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. They're almost trying to say, let Putin do what he wants. And I just feel like these are innocent people. You can't justify any type of invasion or war, I don't think. But sometimes you can look at what's happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever, and you can kind of see why it happened. What's happening right now with Ukraine is appalling, and there's people on radio going, yeah, but it didn't stop UK invading Afghanistan, all right. The reasons are very, very different. So different, yeah? And they go, yeah, it's good that Russia is standing up to the West. And it's like, do you even understand what kind of living standards and the state of life is like that over there? Hey, Osama, how you doing? Do people actually understand it? Do they really understand it? And I tell you what, okay, I'm not religious. You know this, Charlie, okay? And some of you probably say, I'm not religious. But there's a lot of people from certain religions, I'm going to name them certain religions that think what Putin is doing is fine. They think what Putin is doing is fine. What they fail to understand is that Putin will quite happily steamroll in on your religion when he gets the chance. So you need to do your history and check Chechnya, all this stuff. Same with China. I have to be careful what I say. I'm getting very, but it's like, certain religions, because they don't like America or the US for obvious reasons. Okay, we won't go into all of that. They think, yeah, we don't mind what Putin's doing. He's standing up to the West. Yeah, let him do what he wants. Who cares? It's not our problem. When he then goes in and starts to affect your religious group or whatever as well, I wonder what you'll say then. Then it will just be, hey, well, let him do what he wants. It's just, it's like, there was part of me that was like saying to my wife 4 days ago, we've had 3 weeks of this lead up, this tension. I kept thinking, if something's going to happen, it's got to happen, because I'm getting really peeved off now. Is it going to happen or not? And then when it happened, my heart sank and it was like, this is bad. This is because we're not talking about terrorist groups being placed in Ukraine, so he's going in to stop them because they're bombing Russia. That would be different. We're not talking about them doing a cyber crime or whatever against Russia. That would be different. We're just talking about a country that's separated a long time ago. They want to have their own state, whatever. They live and do what they want. And now someone is coming in. This is not comparable to Afghanistan, Iraq. Nothing. It is not comparable. Okay, stop making that connection, people. Stop doing that. Stop going. Yeah. It's like when 9/11 happened. People were saying, well, it's because America did this. It's not comparable. It's like 7/7. Well, you went into Afghanistan. This is the payback. It is not comparable. You cannot justify certain acts of violence to do this. Right? You cannot. And this is the reason why I don't toe the line with religion, culture, tradition. Because I don't like to use that tribal mindset of, well, you touch us, you do something against us, and we hate you for life. Really? Don't your religions teach you to see reason and intellect and reason and forgive? Right? So many people think, hey, it doesn't matter what I do a prayer and God forgives me. Well, it applies with humans as well, human nature. Holy mother. Charlie's done 3,150 posts. Holy crap. Well done, my friend. Well done. I have to be honest, if someone said to me, do 10 pinned interest, I'd be like, forget it. I'd just walk out. I wouldn't even say forget it. I'd just walk out the door. I'd just like, I wouldn't even acknowledge them. But you will become the master and the expert on pinned interest, my friend. You will become the lord of it. So yeah, like I was saying, I've recorded a video on Elementor Cloud. I'll tell you now, I think it's worth it. And I've put it through its paces. And where there's already been some videos where some people have said, there's an issue with page speed, I've nipped that in the bud. And I'm not going to tell you how, but the video, when it comes out, hopefully today or tomorrow, will explain. Yeah, Antoine, it's just like, what people need to understand. So anyone out there that is supporting this because they hate the US, they hate America, they hate anything to do with the West because of history or something that happened in the Middle East or whatever, right? You have your reasons, whatever. You're allowed to hate, it's up to you. If Putin does this and gets away, which he is at the moment, China could easily do the same to Taiwan or any other place. Pakistan and India there could be something kicks off. Something is going to kick off in other locations, okay? You can pretty much kind of guarantee that Canada, America, all these places, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to attack each other. France isn't going to attack Germany, likewise the other way, Spain. That's not going to happen. But when you start to say that the might of the military gives you the authority to go in and do something, how are you going to feel when you find out that Season 2 of Squid Games is cancelled because North Korea went into South Korea? Oh, that's okay? Because they're allowed to do what they want? So many people on radio. I turned the radio off today. I listen to LBC quite a bit. The amount of people saying, well, stay out of it. It's none of our business. Let him do what he wants. It's not our problem. They should have known that when they left. And yes, you could say that when Russia kind of, there was all the Ukraine problems earlier with Crimea and all that. You could argue that things should have been escalated then. But at that point, there was a bit more diplomacy. There was more conversations. I think people don't suddenly think that what we see on TV is what we see on TV. What we don't see is what's happening in the back. The phone calls, the video calls, whatever, the meetings. So it was not overly escalating then. But right now, I worry about where are we going to be in 10 years' time? What kind of world is my child going to grow up in? Coronavirus kicked off when he was coming up to his 5th birthday. For the last 2 years of his life, he hasn't had a birthday party with his friends. His education has been hindered. He's doing well, but I can clearly see how it's been hindered, okay? But no one cares. Squid. Do you know what, Charlie? I didn't watch Squid Game at first. I was like, no, everyone's hyping it up. And I watched it, I think it was January I actually got round to watching it. Early January. Oh my God. Me and my wife absolutely loved it. And then after that, I watched, what's it called? The Tomorrow? No. Alice in Wonderland, Alice Tomorrowland, something like, I can't remember the name of it now. That's brilliant. You got to watch that. The Silent Sea, amazing show. You got to watch that as well. And then I gave Cobra Kai a go. So I was like, nah, I liked Karate Kid when I was young, but I devoured that in like 1.5 weeks. I did all 4 seasons. Boom, 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 boom. Devoured it. Flex Container Carapace, I don't know. I think there's still issues with them testing it out. I think there's still issues with it. And the fact that they've already gone and done Elementor Cloud, and that doesn't have the whole Flex Container built in yet. I think they're gonna have to do this carefully. There's bugs with it at the moment. That video, when I edit it, is coming out hopefully tonight. Okay, hopefully today. Not because I'm telling you to go out and buy it, but because I think it's pretty important, and there are some limitations. I'm going to say there's 3 limitations that won't affect everyone, but there will be some it affects, and if you don't know about them and then you pay and you're doing it, you're going to go, this is a little bit of a problem. It's easy to sort out, but it's a problem you could do without. And to be honest, you're going to get the same problem wherever you go. So that's not fair on Elementor Cloud. But I'm going to tell you now, I did a PageSpeed Insights, and I got a 98% on the mobile. Okay, so some reviews are already out going, 70%, 60%. If you do a review on a page, like you just load through a template that's not optimized, right? The layout, the content, whatever, it's not optimized. Of course you're going to hit 70, 60%. That's like any website. So I don't always believe. Yeah, it's single site, Charlie. It is single site. $99, but here's the beauty of it. You get Elementor Pro as part of it. So the extra $50, that's just over $4 a month for cloud hosting. And live chat. The live chat that Elementor give you, it's not just on the cloud bit. When you're in your actual website, the live chat is there. So when you're in WordPress, the live chat's there. Got a problem? You ask them. And I did one today, and I show it on the video. I asked a question. Within 10 seconds, someone replies to me. And away we go. That's pretty quick for Elementor. Within 10 seconds. That's quicker than SiteGround. Yeah, to be honest though, I'm only going to recommend Elementor Cloud if I've got a client who hasn't got their own domain yet. They haven't got their own hosting. If they've got their own domain, then that's fine. But they haven't got their hosting. Then I will recommend they go here, because we get live chat support, text support, all of that. Then I'll recommend it. Yeah, Charlie, I mean, I wouldn't use it for you. If you've already got your hosting sorted, I wouldn't do it. I'm not moving my site over there. I wouldn't do it. But if you're new, or you're coming to the end of your hosting deal with someone, right? And say, like, you're paying, I don't know, whatever. I mean, look, work it out, okay? 123reg, which have a really cheap hosting package, right? Which is about... when you convert it to dollars, I think it works out to about $75 a year. So that's your domain and your hosting and your email, right? $75. Well, if you get your domain for $10 a year, which you can from Zoho.com, then for $99, so that's $109, you get Elementor Pro, you got your hosting, and you got your domain and emails. Whereas if you did it with 123reg, that's 75 plus 49, so that's what? $124. So it's only a difference of about $20 odd, but for some people that can make a difference. But it's the live chat. That was really good. Yeah, Antoine, the video. I probably can't talk about it too much because I've got to edit it. And if I talk, I won't edit. But the Elementor Cloud, I've got a video coming out. But that is basically going to give you the ability. Now, the email. When you get your domain, wherever you get it, it doesn't always come with email, does it? You got to get hosting to get email. Now, I'm not going to talk about it here because I'm going to leave it for the video, okay? So you're going to have to watch the video. But I think you can see where I'm going with this. Or not. But there is a way around it. Rather than just doing a full-on Elementor Cloud review, when I get to that section and I find the problem, I'm then going to tell you what you can do about it. Because that's the problem with too many reviews. Oh my god, there's a problem here. And they don't really give you a solution. So it's like, okay. So you told me my pipe has burst and there's water coming out everywhere and then you've run off. Aren't you going to fix it? Well, tell me what to do about it. But that video will... Let me just get it up here. That video will come out. Okay? So don't you worry about that. Where's my headphones? If you hear any banging, you shouldn't do through here, but if you hear any banging, it's outside because one of our neighbours is leaving. They've lived in this street for about 22 years. And unfortunately, the elderly couple, unfortunately her husband died about 3 years ago, which was real shame. He was a nice guy. And he had a lot of complications and problems, though. Yeah, he had to keep going for kidney dialysis, but he had problems. Poor guy. And I think there's too many memories in that house, so they're moving elsewhere now. But it's all I then start to get worried, like, oh God, who's moving in? You know, I hope they're nice. I hope they like me and I like them. You know, you always start to worry a bit. Oh, neighbours. I always worry a bit. Because we live in a cul-de-sac. And our cul-de-sac, everyone kind of respects everyone. You know, no one's in anyone's face. You know, no one's parking on anyone's driveway. Everyone's nice. Everyone, you know, we say hi to each other, but no one is in anyone's face, which is good. It's really, really nice, positive feeling in the whole street. We look out for each other. You know, if we know someone's struggling with something, people go and help. It's really good. Last thing you want is for something to happen where you have someone move in and it just disrupts the status quo a little bit. But then that's life, isn't it? You got to find a way to deal with it. Or we facilitate them. You know, resistance is futile. You know, we no, let's not facilitate. What's the word the Borg used to do? Assimilate. We assimilate them by shoving something. No, we don't. We don't do that. Crazy world, man. Crazy world we live in. I am genuinely worried about the world we're in now and just where are things going. And, you know, oh God, you know, we're just coming out of COVID and all that. Hey, Jason, how you doing? How you doing? Even though I got on my headphones, because I'm reading, I can still talk to you, okay? So don't get upset. He's ignoring us! No, I'm not ignoring you. I promise. Right. sorry you're going to hear this, okay? I just need to check how the sound sounds without my ear. The trouble with headphones is when you're editing a movie, it sounds perfect. But then when you hear it back, you go, oh, it's a bit low or a bit loud. Hey, unless you've been living under a rock or your internet is switched off, you should have heard about Elementor Cloud. Right, that's cool. That's okay. The sound there is okay. Good, good, good. I'm all right, Jason. I'm fine. I'm on my third Pepsi Max, and it's 1 p.m. Oh my God, it's 1 p.m. I'm well late doing what I was meant to be doing. I am well and truly late. I am well and truly late. How are you and what are you up to? What are you up to, my friend? Oh, yeah, Charlie. You're a Chelsea fan. It's a weird one, really, because a lot of the salaries and whatnot will be being paid for by the income they make from ticket sales and sponsorships and stuff like that. So the Abramovich money, that would have been to buy the club and pump some stuff in and to help pump up the money to purchase new players. So the worst scenario is that if there was like a big freeze of money that wasn't there for transfers, most likely it would either be sold off to someone else or they would just have to be clever with the money. So in terms of running the football club, I think the only place where it could potentially affect them is the transfer market. But we got a while to go until that, so I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult, isn't it? I mean, you know, I really hope they freeze the football club as well, and they just say, you know what, I'm going to kick you out. We're just going to kick you out. We're going to dock 100 points from you right now. You have to sell all your players for like £1, something like that. I don't mean that. Deep down, I do mean it. No, I don't. I don't mean it. No, I don't, because it's a shame when stuff like that starts to then affect the actual football club kind of thing. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not a Derby Football Club fan. I don't like Derby Football Club, and I don't like Wayne Rooney. I don't like Manchester United Football Club. I don't like Wayne Rooney. I don't like any of that, okay? However, I feel sorry for Derby, and I really want Wayne Rooney to keep them up. I really do. I hate Wayne Rooney. You know, I don't like Man United. I don't like Derby. But the football club to be penalised because of, you know, proving they can do whatever and all this, to take that many points off, I just find that so harsh when they do that. Whenever they do that, I find that harsh. And I really hope they stay up, because I think that's how appalling is it to know that because people weren't putting the money in right. You know, I think that's it just makes a mockery of what's the point. What's the point in playing really well if we're going to just take 12 points off you like that? Yeah, Jason, Pepsi Max. I'll tell you what, 2 bottles of Coke Zero yesterday. I felt like I died. Because once you're hooked on Pepsi Max, Coke Zero just tastes... Coke Zero now tastes just like drinking acid. That's how it feels. It's like... Ugh. You missed a lovely flavour of Pepsi Max. Hey, Ido, how you doing? And by the way, sorry if I have delayed reactions when people put names up here or comments, because I'm juggling. Well, I'm not juggling, but you know. If I juggled, I'd probably hit my face. Knock myself out. No, go for it. To be honest, I think I'm only going to be live for about until about 3 o'clock. I think I'm only going to be live for about 1 hour 55. I think, because my son will be home then, and I really have to make sure I put a dent in editing this. When I do a live chat, me in editing, my productivity is like this, like that. And we've just had some a client we're going to start building a website for. We've just had 92 images come in. They're 90 megabytes, so give or take a megabyte each. Just got to go through those images, make sure they're titled correctly, and obviously compress and optimize them to be a WebP format. But you take care, Jason. Break a leg. Don't break a leg. That would hurt. I need to buy some new headphones. You know, the ones that like kind of just attach to the back of your head here, because I don't like to wear them like that. I hate this whole bit here. I don't like to wear earphones either, because they're not always full on, you know, in your ear. I like them to be padded so it blocks out sound. But when you do this, and I'm wearing it like that, that bit starts to, you know, come down your head. It's not proper comfy, is it? It doesn't feel attached to your head. Look, it's a bit loose. Not that you care about my headphone problems, but I'm just letting you know, okay? I need to go on Amazon later and order something. And I need to keep remember, when I talk like this, my voice is very distant, isn't it? I need to make sure the microphone is in my face. Yes, cool. What's your next video? The video we're doing now is Elementor Cloud. Right? Setting it up, settings, and some limitations and how you get around them. And is it worth the $99? Is it worth it? Or should you spend your money on someone or something else? Whoa, what happened to the sound there? Something's gone wrong with the sound. Ooh, what's up with the sound there? Something's up with the sound. Hey, unless you've been living under a rock. Is it my headphones? Something is very wrong with the sound. What's up with the sound? I'm getting a very tinny sound. Hey, unless you've been living under a rock or you're in... Yeah, there's a tinny sound there. Could you hear that? There was a tinny sound there. What's going on there? Hey, unless you've been living under... Hey, unless... Whoops, sorry for that. That's really loud, isn't it? Sorry about that. Hey, Jimmy. You've been living under a rock or your internet is switched off. Oh my god. The sound better not be affected now. I think there's a problem with the sound. Oh, I'm not recording this whole video again. It was 2 hours of pain. Hey Wally, how you doing? Hey, unless you've been living under a rock or your internet is switched off, you should have heard about Elementor Cloud. What's this all? Elementor Cloud is literally... There's a tinny sound coming from the speakers. What's that all about? What is that all about? You probably can't detect it, but there's a tinny sound coming from the speaker. I'm wondering if that's my... I better check the speakers now. The output. What's going on there? I'm going to take the whole clip off and put the clip back on again from scratch. Something has gone and wrecked the sound. Ha! Now you're living the life, Zoom. If anyone hears any sound, I'm just checking it because the sound is really tinny, which has got me a little bit worried. Hey, unless you've been living under a rock or you're in... There you go, the sound is found. How's that possible? Switched off. You should have heard about Now the sound is fine. What was that all about? Hey, unless you've been living under a... Hey, unless you've been living under a rock or your internet is switched off, you should have heard about Elementor... I think the flat is fine, actually. I think the flat is fine. Hey, unless you've been living under a rock or your internet... So, you now know the intro. I start off with, hey, if you've been living under a rock, you now know the sound, how it starts, okay? Do you know how frightening that is? Like when you realize the sound of like a 2-hour video that you're about to edit. When I edit it, the video is probably only going to be about 45 minutes long. There's tons of rubbish I need to get out. But when you realize, when you think your video quality or the sound is bad, and it shows your face, so you can't just record the sound again, you are screwed. I've done videos where I've recorded with my face and everything, and I forgot to put the speaker on. Not the speaker, the microphone. Or, see this button here? Can you see that? This button here? This one, the green. If I'm gonna say A, B, C, D and turning off A, B, L, M, N, O. I couldn't do it again. L, M, N, O, right? Can you see that? So there was once I did a video and I'd gone and done this accidentally. I'd hit it while I was moving it and it was red. I've done it when I'm doing live chats as well. I forget it's red. So you got to be careful. But boy, when your sound quality is messed up, I cannot explain the devastation that you know you've got to re-record again. It's devastating. It's like doing a website and the website crashes and you lose everything. Or in the old days when you're working on an Excel spreadsheet, oh my God. And you haven't saved for 3 hours because you're really doing something major. And then this Excel spreadsheet crashes on you. Flipping heck. Whenever that happened to me in the office, I would just I would sigh and the whole room could probably hear me go, and I would get up, go out the office, walk outside for a bit, kick the air, punch the air, come back in and go, right, let's just get on with it. Sometimes, though, if it takes you 3 hours to do something, when you come to do it again, you probably do it well within an hour or even half an hour. Because now there was a bit of trial and error going on, but you now know what you need to do. So in a way, you are now more efficient. But isn't it a kick in the guts? I mean, there's been times when Elementor, from memory, I think it's only crashed on me about 4 or 5 times. But I think that was more to do with my internet. I can't think of, has it ever, played up for no good reason and then I lost what I was doing? I don't recall that. But I do regularly hit save and publish. Publish quite a lot. Update. I do that quite a lot. Oh man, what's your glitch? Tell me about your glitch. How do you connect the phone to the computer so you can stream in 1080p? Right, no, a webcam, any webcam that says 4K or 1080p, 60 frames per second, they're talking rubbish. Because I've gone through 3 or 4. I even went through the Elgato face cam that so many people are saying is so good. I even used that. Watch my videos from, you know the 5-day challenge that we did in December, Charlie? That was with my Elgato face cam, right? The quality was okay. It was better than other webcams, but it was 190 quid for a camera. Luckily, I returned it because it was within the 30 days when I purchased it from Amazon, so I got my money back. I have an iPhone. I use a cable, which is a lightning port cable, so it goes into my lightning port, and it has a USB-C to feed into my MacBook. It's got to feed into your MacBook. It can't go into an adapter and then into your MacBook. It's got to go directly into your MacBook. And then I use an app called Reincubate Camo. Reincubate Camo. Okay? Do a search for it. £70 lifetime. You pay that once. It is free, but it only gives you 720p. I want 1080. I want the full quality of my camera on my phone. 70 quid, one-off fee, and in you go. Shall I share the screen of what the settings look like for it? Do you want me to share it, Charlie? What does Reincubate Camo look like? I'm going to share it anyway. Jimmy, don't go anywhere. I just want to quickly show Charlie this, and then I'll come back to your point, okay? Don't go anywhere, my friend. So let me just show you what re-incubate camo looks like. Dedication's what you need if you want to be a record breaker. Yeah. Okay, right. So let me just move myself over here. Right. So here is the when you load up re-incubate. Okay. On your phone, you just pick the app, and then it starts to show the footage or whatever. You connect up to your computer. You open the app on your MacBook or whatever. And look, I can decide if I'm using the front camera or the rear camera. I can choose my resolution. Obviously, I'm going to pick 1080p. I can even do this. Look. Whoa! I can do all this stuff, right? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do all this stuff, right? Look, I can even do this. What? Rotating the camera? What are you doing? Don't do that. Obviously, this is connected to my OBS. So obviously right now, you probably just saw me flip and everything. Sorry about that, okay? And then over here, we have loads of other settings. Brightness, hue, saturation, contrast, gamma. This is all super, super, super good stuff. I don't bother using this because I use OBS when I'm streaming, so I'm able to manage it there. But I could go to gamma. Let's activate that. And look, we're now going to go super dark. Sorry, super dark like that, super light, whatever. You could start to affect the stuff like that. Your brightness, the white level exposure, all this super, super quality stuff. But £70, one-off lifetime payment. Boom. You get 1080p. This, my iPhone, this is the XR. It's not even the 11, the 12, or the 13. This isn't the Pro Max or anything. This is just a basic iPhone XR. Full on high def, baby. Full on high def. Now, obviously, in YouTube, when you stream to YouTube, the quality does dip because it's a live stream. But when I do my my videos, right, for YouTube, you know, when I'm doing an actual video, I like to think the quality now is so much better than when I had the other webcams. And I would like to think you guys agree with that. I think it's so much better now. Epoch Cam, all of this stuff. I tested out Epoch Cam. I tested out Irium. I found re-incubate camo was 10 times better. 10 times better. Because also, I wasn't getting a problem with sound to video. You know, like lip sync and all of that. It was all super, super good. I have to be honest, when the 14 comes out, I might look at that and I might get it. Because I've now realised, you know what? When I'm doing this, if someone sends me a phone call or a message, I can access it on my MacBook. Great. But there might be other messages like WhatsApp and other stuff like that that I'm not reading because my camera's up here and I can't see them. So when I stop doing streaming, I go, oh, bloody hell, there's 20 WhatsApp messages going through them. So I might get when the 14 comes out, I might just keep this XR and just have this as my webcam whenever I want it. Just plug it in, connect up, and that's it. Just got to make sure it works still okay. So just quickly go through the questions. Jimmy skating choreographer. When I slide to the next slide, it sort of glitches like a flash. Whoa! I don't get that. I don't get that. Send me a URL, okay, if you're happy to do that, Jimmy. All right, info@websquadron.co.uk. Send me a URL. Only thing I can think of is it the templates you got behind there, or I don't know. Have you got any entrance animation on those templates or something? And the other thing I will say though is that I'm one of those people. When the iPhone first came out, I got it. Then they had the iPhone 3G, I got it. Then they had the iPhone whatever 2, 3, 4. You know, I got them. I don't think they had a 2. They had the iPhone 3G, and then I think it went to the iPhone 3, or did they have the iPhone 2? I can't remember. Anyway, I got them all. It wasn't until I got to the iPhone 7 that I then stopped renewing every year. I didn't go for the iPhone 8. And then the iPhone 10 came out and I went for the iPhone 10. And I haven't gone for the 11, 12 and 13. And here's why. When you look at them side by side, yes, the screen size for the Pro Max is bigger and all that, blah, blah, blah. I had the 7 Plus. I had the 6 Plus and and then I got the 7 Plus. I started to realise, you know what? The bigger they are, it's whenever it's, you got to shove it in your pocket and whatever, it's a bit too big, And when you look at what you get with each advanced phone, they're not that different. And the only major thing is the camera. And the only major thing about the camera is if you're taking shots in a really super dark environment, which I don't. And the iPhone XR, when I looked at what it's like compared to a 13 Pro Max, it's not that much better. My friend had one and I tested it. And I was like, there's a bit of a difference. There's a little bit more depth, but it's so minor. I was like, meh. So I know someone, okay. I have the iWatch 4. Apple Watch, whatever, 4. One of my friends has got the Watch 8, the 8th series. They were like, oh, I've got the 8. I'm better than you. And I was like, tell me what you've got that I haven't got that you need to have. And he couldn't name it. He went through all the extra features and I went, do you need it? And he goes, no. And I go, well, I said, you could have just got yourself the iPhone 4 then. Slightly bigger dial if you've got a big arm, which he hasn't as well. So I said, what's the extra feature you really, really needed? So I'm now a little bit more, what should I say? It's got to have a feature that makes me go, I've got to have that. Now, if the iPhone 14 has a big advancement on the cameras, I will definitely go for it. But at the moment, the XR for me is totally fine. You don't need to waste your minute. You don't need to waste your money. I'm meant to be editing. No, Wally, not yet. And I think it's a bit of a weird one because the Ken Burns effect, when you look at it, it's got that whole transform or whatever bit in there. And I cannot for the life of me work out, why does it go like that? And then it goes like that. It puzzles me a lot. And at the moment, I mean, loads of people have seen it. Loads of people have mentioned, oh, what about this? And I'm hoping someone will put a comment to go, oh, but if you do this, it will do this. But no one yet has found that solution, funnily enough. So it's almost like, is that what we're stuck with at the moment? But yeah, no one has found the right solution for it. Because when you look at the code, it doesn't explain why would it go like that and then like that with the Ken Burns. I am in the mood for a take. I didn't have a takeaway Wednesday night or Tuesday night in the end. But I feel like a takeaway tonight. I gotta say though, guys and girls and whoever else is here as well, it's really nice whenever when you're all back on again, because I feel like I'm not alone. But to be honest, even if there was no one here right now, I'd probably still be talking. Hey, what should we talk about? Have you ever met a Womble? The Wombles came to my son's school about a month ago. And I was telling him all about them. He was getting super, super excited. Do you know what happened? 2 old men came in, like really old men, with a little Womble doll to talk about litter picking, which I think is great. But there's my son going, where's the Wombles? They're like, here it is, it's a little doll. Just a little toy. And there I am telling my son, oh, I bet they come in with, massive furry suits and litter bags and everything, and Uncle Bulgaria and all this stuff. Orinoco, whatever their names were. Underground, all around, wombling free. None of that. They didn't even do the song. They didn't even do like the entrance. Dun, dun, dun. They didn't do that. God, he was disappointed. He was like, Dad, you lied. It was two old men. And I went, maybe the one ball shaved, and that's what they look like when you take away all their hair. When they had a nose job done. I don't know. David. Oh, man. I just feel like a takeaway. To be honest, today I've run out of peanuts. I've run out of protein bars. There is stuff in the fridge which has got loads of carbohydrates. I hate it when my wife does that. And I forgot to go to the shop yesterday, so I've got my Pepsi Max, some walnuts, but I need to get some protein into me later without too many carbs. All right, Jimmy, I'm just checking. Nothing's come through yet. Do you want to try again? info@websquadron.co.uk. Just try again. Yeah, nothing's come through. To be honest, I might just shut down my mail. Sometimes my Apple Mail can be a bit of a pain. People send stuff and I have to shut it down and then it pulls it through. No, nothing's come through yet. Just send it again. I think it's your entrance effect. I would get rid of your entrance effect, okay? Because I think the Flash is like entrance effects are basically JavaScripts, right? That are running. So when you when it's moving, because I've changed the settings to allow what we call like the free flow effect. You can go wherever you want, nice and slow. I think it's that. So I try it on. Get rid of them all if I was you. Don't just do it on one. I would get rid of them all. Because it might be that even though you got it off just one, another slide might still affect it. I can't do Chinese, David. Oh, I just can't. I've tried. I had a brain tumor removed in 1999. And 2 weeks before I had it removed, the first day I had to go hospital for further testing and stuff. And I was sat in my hospital bed. One of my best friends came to see me, and she bought me a Chinese takeaway. In the tin every she brought from the nearby store. And I was like, oh, okay. She was like, no, this is really good. We both took a bite, and we both looked at one another and were like, oh my God, what is this? Like, it was so, I was like, I can't even swallow this. You're trying to kill me. I'm already having to make do with hospital food, and you give me this. Pepsi does Jurgen. Sorry, is it Jorgen? Is it Jorgen? Sorry, Jorgen. Jorgen Jensen. Have I got that right? Pepsi Max. It's got to be Pepsi Max though, because I don't like to have the sugar. Don't like the sugar. Glad to have you back as well, George. I was worried. I thought you were dead. I was going, where's George? Remember, everyone, wherever you are in the world right now, if you are caught up in conflict, you know what I'm talking about. If you're caught up in something, or you got problems in your lives, family, friends, whatever, money, whatever, please, please, please look after yourselves, all right? Look after the people you care the most about. Don't get into a fight. Don't get into conflict. Don't go looking for a fight or anything like that either. Just try and be safe in every aspect of your life. Glad I got your name right, Jorgen. Sorry guys, I'm just editing a video. I've just realised I've got to mess up with the sound again. Something's not right with when I did the recording. The sound just seems way too. It's kind of like it's exploding in certain parts, which is really irritating. You don't want it to suddenly like go burn. I think it's just because I might have been too close to the microphone at times, so it's got to drop the sound quality a bit. Just make it sound better. And I think I might reduce the treble on that as well, so it takes away the high pitchness. Yeah, that's better. Watching the news with your dad. Yeah, it's scary stuff, isn't it, the world right now? Scary stuff. Do you know what, Jimmy? I'm still not getting your email. Let me just pop the email here. Make sure you're not getting it wrong, which I don't think you are, but that's the email address, okay? info@websquadron.co.uk. Wow, I have been live for 51 minutes and I have a 2-hour video to edit, and guess where I am? The first 5 seconds. The first 5 seconds. God, somebody slap me. Did that wrong. Ugh, did that wrong again. Takeaways. Just editing here. I guarantee when people see this Elementor Cloud video, you're going to think I'm biased towards it, but I do point out limitations in this video. And I'm being very honest about it. But if I think something is good, those of you that kind of know me now or watch my videos, I don't hide my excitement about it. I want you to really know, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, George. It's like, I was saying earlier, right at the start of the video, I just worry about, you know, if there's anyone else out there in the world that has ideas about invading someone else on the basis of, you know, just whatever reason they try and come up with. It's just you know, what's there now to stop China invading Taiwan? North Korea invading South Korea? What's there to stop something breaking out between India and Sri Lanka? I don't know, right? The Middle East, that's a hot pot, isn't it? What's going on everywhere there? We start to enter this thing whereby, look, that's how World War One and Two kind of kicked off, right? You know, let's not go over history here, but once one place does it and forces are stretched in one area, someone else goes, well, I'll have a go doing my bit, and I'll have a go doing my bit. And that's... just don't want to get back to that. You know, it's... who's going to watch my YouTube videos if we have a world war? You know, it's just... you know, I don't want to be recording videos from the trenches. It's just, I shouldn't joke about it, actually. I shouldn't joke about it. It's not a good subject to joke about. But it's just not nice, is it? I kept thinking 3 or 4 days ago, something going to happen. Is something actually going to happen? What's the tensions building? And then when it happens, your heart just sinks. And you go, oh, right. So this is what happens. I don't just see it stopping with Ukraine. I think it will go on to the other states that are nearby, Baltic states, I think they're called. And then who knows? Who knows where it goes? Who knows? And then some people go, oh, I don't care. And I'm like, I think you should care. Because if other nations in the world go, well, you know what? I've never liked XYZ and I've always held back a bit, but I'm going to go for it now. It's just not nice, is it? Hey, Domenico. How you doing? Hey, GG. Good to have you. Yeah, got it. Got it, Jimmy. I've now got your website. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick look at Jimmy's website. I'm not going to share it on screen. I'm just going to go down to where Where's your section then? Where's the section that I need to scroll on, Jimmy? Just tell me where that is. Where's that section? Tell me where it is. Where is it? I can't see it. Can't see where your section is, Jimmy. Oh, all the way at the bottom. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. How did I miss that? I'm just refreshing the page just to check again. Yeah, you see, look, there's a bit of yours has got... If I'm honest, it's between slide 1 and slide 2. I think you need to purge... So if you've taken off those entrance animations, Jimmy, I think you need to purge your site, regenerate your CSS, purge your site, purge your server. Make sure you've got no entrance animations on. Because in a way, when you have that kind of effect with the carousel over, you don't want to have entrance animations on because I bet that's something else. And just double check there isn't anything like that. Make sure you got no horizontal scrolling effects either. Get rid of all of them as well, okay? Try that. Yeah, George, agree with you all the way, mate. Thanks, Dom. Have you purged the server? Did you regenerate your CSS and purge the server, not just your site as well? And make sure there's no scrolling effect at all. WP Rocket's fine. Sometimes the WP Rocket settings confuse me and I'm going, what does that do? My favorite is always auto-optimize. I keep going back and I once did a website where I tested SG Optimizer. I didn't do a video, but I was testing it for my own purposes for someone's site. We had SG Optimizer, WP Rocket, and we had auto-optimize, and I ran it several times to make sure you didn't get a fluke good result on one of them, and auto-optimize just kept getting there. Whereas WP Rocket, sometimes the settings, I was like, what does that do? Do I need that? It confused me a bit as well. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I preferred auto-optimize, but everyone's going to have their favorite. Right, we're at the 46-second mark now. Still got 1 hour 59 minutes to go. Oh, what's going on here? Just deleted something I shouldn't have deleted. Just deleted something I should not have deleted. There we go. Myślamy. Right, okay, sorry, I missed your questions, Jimmy. Okay, so on this iPhone, so when you purge your cache server, you got to log into your host provider, and there should be an ability to purge your cache for the server. If you can't do that, contact your host provider, and they should tell you how to do that. Wally, he's bought WP Rocket. Yeah, WP Rocket gets promoted a lot, but I often wonder if it's being promoted because people just want the affiliate commission or whatever. I found it complicated. I just couldn't. And so I don't use it. I don't touch it. Don't worry, Jimmy. Don't worry. Even if I didn't want to have a look, Jimmy, I'd probably still have to. Because you're a regular. You're one of the regulars. You're one of the regulars. Ah, Dom. I just got your email, Dom. Okay. Just got your email, Dom. I'm going to try that out. Okay. I'm going to try that out. Thanks, Dom. Hey, Roz. Hope you're okay, by the way. Hey, Abdullah. Abdullah Ahmed. Good to have you here. No, don't worry, Jimmy. If I'm rushed for time and I've got other things on, I will always do what I've got on. But if someone asks something and it gets my juices flowing and I'm going, how do we do that? How do we solve that? Because it's either a challenge or it's a problem I can relate to. I will want to try and find a solution because it helps you and it helps me and it helps others. That's what it's all about. Hey, Jason, back. Lunch, including Pepsi Max. That's right, everyone. We're all part of the Pepsi Max Club. We're all part of the Pepsi Max Club. Okay. Sorry if I haven't seen that question because I was on a live chat. Let me just double check your... Let me just check your question. In fact, my Facebook was shut down. That's why I've not seen it. Sorry, my Facebook tab was shut down there. Don't worry, Roz. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. The worst thing I can do is when I shut down Facebook because then I don't see all the messages coming in. And believe me, there are messages coming in. I'm going to say, Roz, don't worry, okay? Don't worry. The fact you've thought about it, don't stress, right? We're going to go all over that, okay? I'm not going to talk about it here, but we will go over all of that in our 5-day challenge, all right? So don't worry. I've seen your message, but don't worry. I'll reply here, okay? So I'm going to literally read out what I'm writing to you, so you don't have to read it. So don't worry. We'll crack this all later in the live chat, okay? So don't worry. Honestly, don't worry. A lot of people struggle with this, but don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, seriously, don't worry, Roz. Don't. Sometimes a lot of people kind of get to this point and go, but what do we really need to do? Don't worry. Don't worry, all right? We've all been there. We've all been there, but don't worry about it. I don't know what time of day it is for you right now, Roz, but go and grab a drink. Or a packet of peanuts, or whatever you want. Just go and grab something. Don't worry. Just checking the questions here. Abdullah, using Elementor on a daily basis for a year now. Yeah. I'm having a hard time getting good clients. What can you advise in short, if possible? Okay. What you need to do. Are you using Fiverr or Upwork at the moment? Tell me how you're getting your clients, or where you have got clients in the past. How did you get them? Where did you get them from? Tell me that. Tell me where you got them from. And then I'm going to tell you to go and watch this video. Right? You need to go and watch this video. So, Abdullah, you need to watch this video. Go and watch that video. Because if you're using Fiverr, Upwork, or other streams, you need to change your approach. So you're going to be approaching people who say, I want a website. And a lot of the time, I bet you'll be like, yeah, I can do that for you. Yeah, we'll do it for $50, $100, whatever. Right, yeah, we can do it. Don't worry, I've got the time. I can start today. Let's do it. You've got to change your approach so you don't come across as desperate or uninformed or jumping the gun before you fully know what the spec is, what the client wants. You've agreed to something, they pay a deposit, and now you've got to deliver. And you don't know how to do what they want. But it's not just about the money. People think, yeah, well, I don't care if they don't like it, as long as I get paid. It's not just the money. Because nobody out there cares what you earn. What they care about is your reputation. So if you're not getting good reviews, I mean really good reviews that you can show off, and they're not fake, because people can check and look and go, oh, that review from X, where did that come from? Whose website was that? Can we see the link? Whatever. Watch that video, Abdullah, okay? So how do you get them from Facebook then? So what are you doing? Are you doing adverts, promotions? Are you just contacting people? Generally, how are you getting clients on Facebook? But again, that video I've just said to you, you need to watch that, okay? I have to say, Jimmy, it's a nice website. I like the layout and the color. I looked at it, was like, this is really good. I like it. It's got a nice fresh feeling to it. I liked that website, mate. I hope they help, Jimmy. I mean, those videos are just like real life examples. And I say this all the time, nearly every day. There's too many videos out there where they tell us what we already know. They just reword it. What they're not telling us is real world life examples of how to apply it or why you should even do it. They just kind of go, yeah, just do this, do this, do this. Real world life examples of what we've done, mistakes we made, solutions we found, and what we think you should do to help yourself out. Yes, Abdullah. How do you get clients on Facebook? What are you doing? How are you getting them? Because obviously, it's not working properly, is it? Because you're having a hard time getting clients. So you're obviously using Facebook to get clients. It's not properly working, but what are you doing? What are you doing on Facebook to get clients? Are you just contacting people generally? Hey, do you want a website? Do you want a website? You're doing an advert, promotion, part of a group. Have you got 20 profiles and you pretend that you're all different people? Hey, I'll do your website for $10, $20, $100. What are you doing, Abdullah? I'm going to need a little bit more information from you if I gotta help you out, my friend. Right, so tell me on average. Okay, you don't have to answer this, okay, but tell me in the last... Okay, since Christmas, so since January the 1st, right? Since January the 1st, how many clients have you got off Facebook? And what was the average they paid? Don't tell me how much they each paid, because it will be different, innit? High, low, high, low. Since January, roughly how many since January, and what was the average cost or the total cost for those? Say you had 10 people and you made $1,000. The average is 100, whatever. Give me that. Tell me that. While you're telling me that, I'm just going to nip to the loo and I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay? Or even a minute and a half, but I will be back. So don't go anywhere. Go on, Abdullah. Tell me how many clients and average cost or the total cost since January the 1st, 2022. I'm back. Come on, Abdullah. Tell us your secrets. Tell us more about how many clients since January the 1st and what was your average cost? Jason, can you recommend a good method of having a different menu for mobile? My previous method. Yeah, it's you know, when you go to appearance and menus, you create a menu. You create another one for mobile. You just call it mobile menu and you put different options. Then when you're in your desktop and you do your navigation menu, you refer to that one. Then when you get to mobile, you go to advanced tab and you say response hidden, responsive mobile hidden. So on the mobile, that menu does not show. And then you drop in another menu widget and you say this is not shown on the desktop and the tablet, but it is shown on the mobile. And then you choose a different menu, because when you add your menu, there's the option for you to pick, well, which menu does it relate to? So you can have whatever menu you want. You know, you can have a drop down or a different menu anywhere on your website, because they might be pointing to different pages. Does that make sense, Jason? So 3 since January, and it was free. Okay, 350 in total's not bad. You know, you got to look at it and go, that's not bad. Okay, you know, that works at an average of 112. No, not 112. 150, 116, 116 and a half, I think, right, on average. Okay, got a regular job, but I want to do this full time. Well, what you've got to look at is you got 3 since January. Okay, so how long since your last one? So I don't know, was all 3 in January and then nothing since then? How long since the last one? Because we're now February the 25th. How long since the last one? Because the trouble is, though, if you're going down the Facebook route, you're going to get lucky. Luck is involved. A lot of luck with what people want, what support they want. You know, it helps to a point. And this is where I don't recommend Fiverr and Upwork all the time, because I feel like it's a bit of a boiling pot with work and what clients are prepared to pay. Clients can be so tight and they want everything for nothing. Very little value, but they want everything. But if you're trying to build your reputation, your skill set, your reviews, you might need to go down the Fiverr route and the Upwork route, and you put a profile out there and you got to offer low pricing. But once you've built up your reputation and reviews, you can up your pricing. That's how it works. The pricing ladder, not the pricing ladder, pricing strategy. But that's why you need to watch that video, okay? You need to watch that video from start to finish. Do not skip any of it. Everything in that video connects back to something else. Watch it all. First week of Feb. What date? What date on the first week of Feb? I don't ask a lot of questions about what date. How many days since, not when you finished it, but when you got that job. So if you finished that job on the 10th of or the 5th of Feb, I don't want to know that. I want to know the date they decided they wanted you to do it. How many days? Tell me how many days. I've got some more questions after that, so I'm asking you one at a time so you can see my train of thought. I am a very logical person, and I ask questions in a certain way to determine the correct outcome to help you. So Jason's saying separate mobile menu, but it changed it in both desktop and mobile. Yeah, another menu widget, and you just got to make sure the one on your desktop and tablet is pointing to that one, hidden for the mobile. And then when you view it in the mobile view, the desktop one is hidden, but the mobile one is not hidden, and it's pointing to the mobile menu. So Abdullah, you got 3 days to finish one-page website. That's fine, but when did you get that job? So I know you're saying the first week of Feb, but when did you get it? How many days? So let's say they contacted you on the 2nd of February to do that job. That means there's been 23 days. So when did they contact you to do that job? When? My plans are to try and relax a bit because I've been, last week, this week, I've been pumping out some pretty big videos, long videos. And I think I just need to have a bit of a chill out weekend because I'm starting another website on Monday. So I might review the content and the images. And we're finishing our 5-day challenge today as well. So again, messages, the live chats, all of that. It's a lot to do. And it does tire you out. It does tire you out. And that's why I want my takeaway tonight. I will have my takeaway. And then I'm going to watch the final episode for the Righteous Gemstones. Oh boy, that is one hell of a show where I just laugh. It's politically incorrect. Not everyone's going to like the stars, Danny McBride and all that. They really do and say stuff that makes you go, oh my God, I can't believe they did that and said that. But it is so funny. Has anyone seen Vice Principals with Walter Goggins and Danny McBride? Oh my God, that show, man. My wife hates Danny McBride, and I don't like Danny McBride that much, but my goodness, just watching that, she was heaving herself in laughter. Right, so 3rd of Feb, Abdullah, right, 22 days ago was when you last got contacted. That's 3 weeks. So in those 3 weeks, I know you have another job, so don't worry about that. But in those 3 weeks, in fact, not 3 weeks because you finished it on the 6th of Feb. So in those 19 days since you finished, what have you done to get yourself out there? So now I know what you earned. Now I know when you last did it and when you completed. In the last 19 days, I know you work, you might have a family, friends, whatever. Okay, you might have gone and watched a movie. But what have you done in those 19 days from the 6th of Feb to now? So the 7th of Feb to now, what have you done to get yourself out there? And don't say you're just helping people on Facebook and hoping that someone contacts you. So what else? What have you done? And if you have done nothing, fine, I'll then give you a strategy, okay? So it's okay to say nothing. You're just hanging around on Facebook. That's okay, but I just want to be sure. Big Tasty at McDonald's. What's the Big Tasty again? What is the Big Tasty? I can't remember. What is the Big Tasty again? Is that like the Big Mac? I don't know. What is that one? What's that one, Jimmy? What is that one? I'm only going to be live for another 36 minutes, okay? Because look, I've been live now 1 hour 24 and I'm at the 2-minute mark on this video. Talk about slow editing, eh? Big Tasty. Which one is that? Is that the one with 3 layers? No, it's not the one with 3 layers of burger, is it? Go on, George. Give me a stupid idea on how to get work. Go on. Do it. So you made a new gig on Fiverr and contacted my old client if you had any more new work for me. Right. Abdullah, go and watch the video, okay? That video I gave you. Go and watch it about how to get clients. On how to incentivize your clients to send work your way. Go and watch it. Okay? After I finish here, go and watch it. Or leave now and go and watch it. Make sure you watch it. It's about an hour long. Watch it. Okay? Start to finish. Because let's say you go to your client. Has he got any new work for you? And he hasn't. Or maybe he doesn't want to work with you. You've got to incentivize them. You've got to give something back to them. Yeah, Jimmy, it's a standard one here in Portugal. Is it like the triple cheeseburger but with more salad and stuff in? I think it's like the Big Mac but with 3 layers, isn't it? So you don't just have 2 meats, you have 3, I think. Is that the tasty? It's coming, Abdullah. Making a gig in Fiverr is only going to help you so much. What you now got to do is find people who want someone to help them build a website. They post a proposal. You've got to go in and bid for it. But you got to really put across that you can do it well. Here's examples. Here's how you would help them. Here's what they get from you. The trust, the reputation. So even though like you have had people want to work with you on Facebook, there's no consistency, right? You could have loads, none, and some might want help, but they're not going to pay you a lot. And because you're desperate for the money, I'm not saying you're desperate, but because you want the money, right? They'll pay. But are those people going to leave you a review? And here's the thing that's really important, okay? You do something for someone, are they going to leave a review for you somewhere? Because reviews matter, right? Reviews make a difference to you, your reputation, and what people think of you. But you need to watch the video, okay? Watch the video on how to incentivize people to get you work. They will find work for you. They're not working for you, but they get a reward. You need to watch the video on that, okay? And then your brain will go, oh yeah, I did not think of that. But yeah, do that. And by the way, nothing I say in those videos is guaranteed. There is no winning formula. Anyone out there that says, yeah, you do this, and you do this, and you do this, and you'll have 10,000 clients or $10,000 a month. But you got to pay $2,000, $1,000. I'll give it to you for $500. The secret. Don't fall for that bullshit. Don't fall for that. It's all bollocks. Don't fall for it. All right? The only reason they make $10,000 a month is because you're paying them $500 to get their secret. And the secret is like, oh, is that it? You want me to cold call people? You want me to do loads and loads of fake advertising? You want me to do one of these really long sales pages that go on and on and on and on and on and on? Buy this now, secret, we'll help you make money. Don't fall for any of that, all right? Don't fall for it. No, but the white label service, so they get the credit who I've met. That's only going to get you so much, right? Don't worry, don't focus on that. But watch the video about incentivizing. Okay, Abdullah. So George, once upon a time, I didn't have work. I love Divi, as you know. What I would do is sit in the support forum helping people with CSU. Yeah, exactly. And that's what you kind of have to do. You just have to sometimes... If you build websites for let me think, accountants, you want to join a Facebook accountant group, And you just help people. You talk about accountancy, finances, and every now and again you let them know, oh yeah, we build websites for accountants. And sometimes they might come back to you. If there is a support forum, you just help people. And if people can see they know their stuff, they are quick, they are good, they solve problems. I have a problem. I need to build this, I need to do that. You know, if you got a problem and no one else will help, who are you going to call? The A-Team? The Ghostbusters? No, they're going to call you. And that's what you want. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Testimonial system. You got to be honest, build up trust, show you are good at what you do. Exactly what Charlie just said there. So in the video, I talk about LinkedIn and how you can help yourself out on there. You can apply that to Facebook as well. But what you don't do is just like and whatever. What you got to do is comment and only like on a certain amount every day on stuff where, let's say you make a comment on a post and that person comes back to you. You need to then enter a conversation with them. Yeah, this, that, yeah, I agree, you know. But don't just say I agree. Actually bring narrative into that conversation. Because if they feel like that you know your stuff or you've got an opinion, they either like you, hate you, but they get to know you. And trust builds. My back is sorted. Literally, I'm kid you not, totally sorted. Because I was stretching my legs and bending over and I got the odd clicks. But I always felt there was a bit more. And then she did it where she properly like just went clank. And there was it was like a clack noise. It was like a clack. And the endorphins released in my head. And I was like, that's the one I was after. And once that happened, my back was fine. Totally fine. That was it. Because you know when you go to like a chiropractor or something like that, or a physiotherapist, and they're bending you, they get you to lie down and they bend your leg one over another, and then they bend it down like that or like that. Or they might get you to lean on your side and they hold your arms and they push like that and you hear a click. It's not your bones clicking back into shape. It's the fluid in your spine. So when you have a problem with your bones, your muscles and all that, the fluid collects, and it's the fluid that's causing the tension. Once you do like that, the fluid releases, and that releases the muscle tension, the tightness, and anything near your bones, your discs, whatever. So when you hear that click noise, it's not your bone, right? It's not your bone. It's the fluid. And it's amazing how much of a difference it makes. Oh my God, it's amazing. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's like, look, what George is saying, once you're able to show people that you're an expert in something or whatever. So I've done directory websites. There's some people who contact me on Facebook because they know I've done tutorials on it on YouTube and all that. And they go, how do I do this? How do I do that? And I help them out to a bit. But then I always say to them, if you really want me to do, you got to pay for it. And some of them don't want to pay. Fine. Some do. Fine. But you become an expert in certain areas and stuff and what you do. But yeah, Jason, if you ever hear someone go to a chiropractor, they go, oh yeah, I felt them crunch my bone back. It's not your bone. It's not your bone, it's the fluid. It's like, you know when you stretch like that and you hear a click sometimes. You go, oh yeah, that's my shoulder blade. Oh yeah, that's my arm. No, it's not. Your shoulder blade bone or whatever isn't locked onto your arm or whatever. It's not like they're crunching. It's the fluid, the cartilage, all of that, all between. That's the click. When you do that, you're releasing it. It's weird how the fluid has this like noise when it releases. There you go. We've now covered biology. Oh, damn it. You know, when you're editing, you need to keep a track of your timestamp. Otherwise, you've got to watch it again, and that's just a pain in the butt. George, Dr. Imran. Because for a good while, I used to always think, wow, they just crunched my bone and clicked it back into gear. And there used to be other people in the office who used to always go and get their spine checked. Oh yeah, they've crunched my spine back. And I kept thinking, it doesn't sound right. Crunching your spine doesn't sound right. But it was the fluid. It was the fluid. It was the fluid. Yeah, they're chapters, aren't they? I call them timestamps because when I say chapters, people go, huh? But it's a video. What do you mean by chapters? And you go, well, when you watch a DVD or a Blu-ray, they were chapters. No, I call them scenes. It's always... I know what you mean, though. That's probably going to come out soon as well, isn't it? That will come out soon. I can't wait for that video. You know, God, no. I'm surprised there wasn't a violin going in the background when he released that video. And the amount of people that must have clicked it going, oh, Elementor, we've been lied. What secret? What dark arts mystery is this? If people watched more than 1 minute of that video, I'd be shocked. I'd be like, you must have fallen off your chair and you couldn't reach your mouse to turn it off or whatever. Shocking. If you can hear the speakers, please do let me know. Sorry, my headphones. Because I'm just going to... Oops, I just need to do something here. Just do the sound like... Something like that. There we go. You can hear that, can't you? I think you can hear that. If you can hear it, sorry. Is that the video we're talking about? The one where he goes, oh my God, I lied about Elementor. Elements, widgets. I bet at some point he's going to contact me and say, what's your problem? I haven't got a problem. Just stop clickbaiting people to get a view or a reaction. It's pathetic, you know? But you create hysteria over nothing. Is that how he started off? I can't remember. He goes, I have been misinforming you about Elemental and I am sorry. It's like someone saying, I can't think now. Oh yeah, I know. It's like me saying, you know how I've been feeding you fish fingers? Fish don't have fingers. You know how I've been feeding you fish fingers? Fish don't have fingers. Can you imagine someone doing that, can't you? Oh my God! What? I made gloves for them! You know? Such a... But you can imagine someone doing that. That's kind of what his video was. You know? So I'm just checking a question someone's put here on Facebook. You know, you look away 1 minute, you go back and there's a question or something come on. And I don't like to keep people hanging because if they're waiting, I don't want them to struggle. Or yeah. Sorry for those sound effects. Sound like a car dying. Fish fingers my ass. Well, it's like someone coming over to you and going, you know your dad, he's actually your son. Try and work that one out. Your dad is your son. Has anyone seen that film? Premonition. I think it's Premonition, the one with Ethan Hawke. The first 30 minutes of that film are so slow, I'm surprised I didn't die or go into a coma. And then it kicks in. Oh yeah, that is one hell of a film that screws your head with time travel, paradoxes, loops. For me, it was probably it's one of those films that I'm going to push up into the top 10 films I've ever seen in my life. Because I remember after finishing it, I remember just sitting there, going through my brain, going, how is that possible? It's impossible to be possible. Premonition, the one with Ethan Hawke. I think it came out 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. Get through the first half hour, just let it go. It just feels like a lot of talking about, yeah, I've done this, I've done that, blah-de, 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 blah, 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 blah. Just a lot of talking, but you gotta watch it. Premonition, right? It's not a kids movie. I don't think it's a kids movie, they won't get it. But I think teenagers, adults, it's brain explosion. We're talking proper, like, You know, you fought Marty McFly and Back to the Future. Yeah, you know, all this time travel. You fought Captain Kirk and Spock going back to save the wheels. That's time travel. You're thinking the Avengers getting the stone, the Infinity Stones. You think that's time travel. Forget that. You need to watch Premonition. That's what you call a time travel loop paradox. Hey Akash, matrimonial website. I think I was going to do that a while ago and then I didn't, and I'll put that back down on my list. I actually have a list here of potential videos to make, so let me add that to my list. To be honest though, there is a plugin. Whatever solution I come up with, there is a plugin you need to use, right? And that plugin is a very, very good plugin. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's quite expensive. I think it's $150 for the plugin. It's a really good one for doing profiles and messaging and all of that. But unless I can find a free solution, I probably won't do it. Because I have to be honest, in the early days, I used to pay for plugins, do a video, and put it out there. And now I'm like, but I'm spending money. So unless if I find a good plugin, I'll ask them, look, can I have a free copy so I can test it out for viewers, a video, review, all of that. But I will have a look. But there is a very well-known plugin. I say well-known, but when you search for a matrimonial WordPress plugin, there's one plugin that's going to keep cropping up. And I think it's quite expensive. But that's because it's so good. When something is good, they can demand the payment. It's what they're good at. Right, back onto this. Yes, we're a free landing page website. The difficulty is, you see, is that you've got to. Hey, Mark. The difficulty with a matrimonial website is the security aspect of profiles, the direct messaging between profiles, the cost model. So is it free for people to contact or do they pay for it? You know, what are they allowed to share? You know, personal details. How do you lock all that down? The data protection and security aspect is massive on it as well. Then there's the it's basically the profiling and the messaging side of it. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do, you see, and that's why trying to find a free solution, unless you have a bespoke built website, which won't be Elementor now, there'll be JavaScript all over the place and stuff like that, which will cost a lot of money to build. You might as well get $30,000-$40,000 together to really do all of that. It's a lot to do, you see. So a free solution, I'm not sure about that. Unless you know the free solution, but I'm not sure. Best plugin for forms, Elementor Pro. Or Forminator, I sometimes go for. Ninja forms, gravity forms, formidable forms, there's loads, but it all depends on what you want from the form. So if someone says to me, what's the best trainer? I'll be like, well, are you playing basketball? Are you running, cross-training? Just for sitting around home? Gardening? Just walking generally? Cushions, whatever? So when you say what's the best form, the question should be really, what is the best form I need to do X, Y, Z, right? And then you want to assess the forms. And that's where you could go to Google. Go to Google right now. Type in WordPress forms. WordPress form plugins. When you get your results, filter to be this month. There'll be loads of people that have done reviews, and then you go through them. Kinsta are always doing reviews on stuff, and they're very good at telling you the good and the bad and when they would use something. So you go through that, and then you go, right, this form is really good, but it doesn't do what I want. This form is okay, but it does everything I want. You got to weigh it up. It's like, you know, one trainer isn't going to satisfy everyone's requirements. And think of it like that. What is the purpose for what you're trying to achieve? That's what you got to go for. All right, take care, Jimmy. Just seeing that. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. You too, mate. You too. Take care. I'm going to stop these in 8 minutes so I can crack on with this stuff and double check some messages that have come through as well. Razvo, what is the best plugin for WordPress security? I need to do a video on that next week, I think, very soon. WordFence is the one everyone swears by, to be honest, and they are very... they're quite good at what they do. So WordFence is the most common one, I think. You can use it for free, and then you can go premium if you want to go for more advanced stuff. But I want to do a review over... I want to find the best one to use, and then I want to do a video on it. But most likely it's going to be WordFence. Most likely that. But I want to test out 3 or 4 of them, and then I'll let you know at the start of the video. I tested these 4. Okay, I'm not going to go do a long video going through them. I'm only going to talk about the one I would recommend and why I would use it and what the settings are. Because you know sometimes when they do videos and they do a comparison, you get to the end and there's never a proper conclusion. What's the best microphone? What's the best plugin? What's the best this? Da, da, da. There's never a proper conclusion. They let you decide yourself. And I'm like, no, I want to know if this was you right now and you had to make a decision right now of those microphones or those plugins, what would you use? So that's what I want to do. I want to say, this is what I would use. Not, this is good, this is good, this is okay, this is good, this is really bad. But what if I still go for the bad one because it's free? The good ones, well, they're only good because you've got to pay £100. But what would you go for? Would you compromise how good they are because you want the free? Or would you go, you know what, it's best to pay to really protect yourself. You've got to go for that. So I'll get a video out for that early next week. Okay. Yeah, WordFence, what Jason said. WordFence, it's free. A lot of people think WordFence is, you've got to pay for it. Because when you go to the WordFence website, a lot of these plugins, when you go to the official website, they promote the premium version. Do you want it? You click it and it says, right, buy now. Often there is a free version. So what I say you do is don't go directly to go to the website to find out about it, but go to your website, go to add plugins, type in WordFence, and it will appear for free. Get the free version. Check it out, test it out, and then make a decision. Do you need the premium stuff or is it okay? Kind of thing, you know? And as long as you're having backups, as long as you've got a backup with your host or whatever service you do, if something goes wrong and you go, oh, I should have got the premium version, you have got a backup, okay? You got daily backups. We're going to shut down in 4 minutes because I've got to crack on with stuff and check messages. And we've got our final 5-day live chat later on today. But I hope you're all okay. Bum 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 bum. There's large chunks of this video that they need to be chucked in the bin. Because I did things in the wrong order, then I went back again. Oh, I forgot to do that. Right, redo that bit. So I'm jumping around the video a lot. But I've got to edit it. Right, let's just get this right. Right. Take care, Charlie. Take care, mate. Have a good one. Hide my WP Ghost. No, I've not used that. I'll make a note of it and add it to I'll make a note of that and I'll add it in for one of the things just to play around with a bit more. I'll add that to my list. I've got a massive list. And I still go, okay, this one, people are more interested in this one. Which one shall I do first? Which one shall I wait later? What is a term on YouTube for a video that can't be searched? Unlisted. It's not private. Private can still be found. Private just means that only certain people can see it, but it can be found. Unlisted means it's never, you can't search for it. And the only way you can see it is if I give you the link to the video. Unlisted is what you want, Mark. It should work, Jason. It should work. All right, look, I'm actually going to end this now. I'm coming up to my final minute, and then we'll be hitting 2 hours. In 2 hours, I have edited 4 hours and 47 seconds. And as soon as I shut this off, I bet I'll have this edited in half an hour or an hour because there's loads to cut out. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to everyone now. Take care. See you all soon. Don't think I'll be live tomorrow. Probably not even Sunday as well. I might be doing other stuff, whatever. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on. But hopefully, there'll be 2 videos coming out. One about Elementor Cloud and another one, hopefully on Sunday or Monday, which is going to be about the exact process you need to follow to make sure your websites are responsive, optimized, and all that stuff. Right, look, take care, everyone. Speak to you all soon. Okay, speak to you all soon. Take care. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye. Remember, stay safe, look after yourself. Have a takeaway. I'm going to have a takeaway tonight. I'll see you all soon.